This is Google Colab Tutorial for Beginners, Part 3. Google Colab is an awesome free web-based Jupyter Notebooks platform. You can write and share Python code, text, audio, image, video, tables, and plots for data visualization. And the best thing for Python beginners is that you don't need to download or install anything to get started. Next, how do we use the left panel? And as I had said earlier, we're going to spend quite a bit of time in this left panel here today. So right now that panel is collapsed. In order to open it up, you just click on that. You can just click on one of these icons. I'm going to click on this one on the top. And this one is actually an icon for table of contents. As you can see, there's a table of contents on the left-hand side, which coincides with what we have here on the right-hand side in this notebook. And the way this was created was automatically by Colab. As I wrote in headings inside this notebook in other text, it created the table of contents automatically for them. And I can navigate through my notebook using the table of contents. Let's say, for example, I want to go to the place in the notebook that discusses how to display images in the notebook. I click on here, and then brings me to that section of the notebook that covers display of images. If I want to go and say, well, I want to see how to create a file, I can just click on this one up here, and it brings me to that particular line in the notebook. So it's pretty convenient to use this table of contents. Just below the icon for the table of contents, we have the search icon. I want to make sure that I'm going to follow this in order. So here it is, B, search notebook. So the search icon is right, it's here, this little icon. So I click on it. I can just look for specific terms in a notebook, but I can also look for those terms with the intent to replace them, just like you do in a Word document, for example. Let's say I'm looking for drive, the word drive. I'm going to write drive, and I'm going to click on enter. And it shows down here as a result that they found the word drive as part of the line G that has as a heading how to mount drive. So if I scroll down here, that section has been highlighted, and that's where the word drive was found. I'm going to put a little A here. So using this here is pretty handy, especially if you want to replace this word with another word. And we can do that here. I'm not going to do it here today, but all you have to do is to put the value that you want to replace this one here with and click on enter, and that'll do it for you. Just below the search icon, we have this little X inside these brackets, and that stands for variables. It's going to show me a list of all the variables that are listed in this notebook. So far, I've only listed 2 variables. I've only declared 2 variables. One is name, the other one is last name. They're both of type string, and under shape, you can see the number of characters that each one has. So last name has 5 characters because it holds the name or the value Smith. And the variable name has 3 characters because it holds the value Bob, which has 3 characters. So this is pretty handy as well. Going down on the same column here, down below, you're going to see those little code brackets, and this is for you to open up the code snippets section. I'm going to click it once, and on the right hand side here you can see the code snippets. And this is a way for you to explore what you can do with Colab, and there's a bunch of different things here. You can just play with it when you have more time, but today I'm going to show you at least one of them. Let's say I'm going to highlight here under H, and I'm going to look down below. So this one that says adding form fields, and as you can see down here, the code associated with that adding form fields is exposed here. All I have to do if I want to try this out in this notebook is to click on insert, and that inserts this code right beneath the section that I was at, which is H. And as you can see on the right hand side here, it shows you what's going on with that form, and you get to go in and you edit the form if you want to, change the field type, the variable name, and so forth. I'm going to cancel out of this here for now. This is pretty cool. If you're enjoying the content of this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next videos. And stick around, because at the end of this series, I'm going to be showing you some very cool data visualization techniques. Until then. There's another one here that says camera capture. I tried this earlier today. It does work. If you click on this here, that'll be 2 blocks of code. 1 and 2. You copy both into the notebook, and you run them in order, and then your camera is going to turn on and it's going to capture your image. I'm not going to do that right now because I have my system set up here for this presentation, but you can easily do that in your free time. Continuing, the next icon below here on this left panel is for the command palette. But before I do that, let me just close out of this code snippets. Okay, so the command palette down here, I'm going to click once on it. It opens this up. I'm not going to click on any of them. I just want to show you what you can explore once you have the time. And on the right hand side, you can see that some of them actually are set up with shortcuts. You can use those shortcuts to get those commands to execute on this notebook. You can also reach that command palette by going to Tools and clicking on Command Palette. Okay. Continue down here, we have this little icon that says Terminal. And unfortunately, I won't be able to show you the terminal, because once I click here, this message appears saying, sign up for Colab Pro to gain access to the runtime's terminal. So I haven't signed up for Colab Pro. I haven't found a need to do it. So I won't be able to show you today, but if you want to explore that, that's how you get to the terminal to run with this notebook. I'm going to say no thank you. And that's it. So what else? Okay, I'm going to continue with the order that I have things set up here. We open the command palette. We try to open the terminal. Next is how to display images. All right, so let's see. But before I get to that, I skip a whole section here involving folders and files. So I'm going to go back to this here instead. Okay, so if I click on this little folder that says files associated with it, you see there's a directory here of folders and files. Okay, if you want to add a new folder here, all you have to do is to right click on your mouse in this left panel here, and you see an option for new folder. You click on that. A new folder is created, and once it's highlighted, it can change its name. I'm going to write first folder. And now that folder has been renamed to first folder. Simple as that. If I want to create another folder, I could just right click again, or I could just go in here on these 3 dots, click on it, and it says new folder. I'm going to click new folder. And it creates a folder right under the first folder that I created. I'm going to call this one second folder. So doing it this way, you create a hierarchy of folders to help get and maintain your stuff organized here. And then if you want to delete any of these folders, you just bring the cursor over it until it's highlighted. You right click and you can just delete the folder, or you can just go on the 3 dots and delete the folder. This video is part of a 6-part tutorial on Google Colab. So to get the most out of this tutorial, make sure to watch the entire series. I'm going to delete the folder right now. It asks to confirm whether you are sure that you want to delete it. Click OK. And that has been deleted. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you have a folder, let me just show this again here. I'm going to create another folder. And I'm going to call it folder just for this example. So if you want to move this folder to a different location, just highlight it, left click, and then bring it to where you want it to go. I'm going to bring it to the first folder. And now it has become part of or included in the first folder. And that's how you move a folder. I'm going to delete it again. Confirm yes. Okay.